تفضل.
التوك القادم وصفوها بالمرأة الحديدية التركية السعودية.
واو.
يا
طيب أنا حمشي.
وهي لا خليك مع إنه يا رب تعمل فيك شيء بس وصفوها بأنها تشجع دائما الرياديين في الأعمال. أكبر تحية للأخت طوبى تركلي.
Selamun Aleyküm ve Rahmetullahi ve Berekatuhu. Evet, iyi akşamlar. See, that's the trick. I can use any of those languages, but unfortunately I want to make Dr. Adil right tonight and speak in English, and I'm glad the organizers and you, the audience, accept that. Thank you. Our topic for tonight is how to raise entrepreneurs. And if I translate that into Arabic for one moment, it would be كيف نتربي أجيال أصاميون أو رواد الأعمال. And basically what it is this changing? Yes. My favorite quote, and that is, the world needs dreamers and the world needs doers, but most of all, the world needs dreamers that do. That's the definition of entrepreneurship, if any. And I'm an entrepreneur. My name is Tuba, which can mean a brick or a tree in the heavens. But apparently an entrepreneur is someone who wants to achieve everything they dream. And an entrepreneur is a person that chooses to invest their life to make those dreams come true, rather than spend it to make someone else's dreams come true. Now, if you think about that for one moment, being an employee is fine and divine, but investing your future, your time, your family's efforts into raising you and investing it in a dream that will change the world is definitely a more sustainable solution for the generations of Saudi Arabia and, most importantly, Jeddah. The mind and brain of an entrepreneur is a complicated conundrum. Research has been trying to resolve what's in it. As you can see up there in the middle, if you can, is a lot of ego in the middle, but the baseline is guts. It takes a lot of guts to go out and be an entrepreneur. Jeddawis, you have a lot of it, because you, in Saudi Arabia, make up the most population of entrepreneurs, according to research. So congratulations. And again, it may not be clear from the background, but I'll share this with you. Girls equally across the world, this is OECD study that shows, and boys alike want to become entrepreneurs. No gender difference of one or the other. And here's William. You saw an earlier presentation today of William. William was 14 when he built a structure 5 times his physical size, and 17 when he made that TED Talk. A friend of mine in MIT did the research and co-wrote the book when William was 21. What I came home from Boston with was the question, as a mother of 4, can I raise a William at home? At that time, I had my eldest son at 10 and my younger one at 7 and my younger daughter at 3. And I was wondering to myself, can I raise an entrepreneur? Years showed me that it's not so easy. Because this is the reason. And I went back to Stanford when I was doing my studies in School of Design, and I found out that the human brain, the software, and those that are not computer scientists, it's the thing that makes your hardware, your phones tick. The software is actually programmed for sub-Saharan Africa. We're programmed to be active in this. A very simple environment with very simple inputs and stimulus. That's what our brains are programmed to do. And if we do what we're programmed to do by Allah Almighty, we're very happy. It doesn't matter they don't have Maseratis or Louis Vuitton purses or high heels. These people are smiling because they're content. They are brave when they hunt for food. They are communicative when they talk to each other, and they're happy. But this is what we want to do. We want to raise our kids in an environment that looks like this. This is New York, one of my favorite cities in the world, and it's the city where I come back to Jeddah from depressed, because I can't find enough stimulus like the one I had. It's brain hijack happens to you when you're there. Same as brain hijack happens to us when we're in a very busy city. And what happens to our teenagers? They become overloaded with too much information that they're not programmed to cope with, and they become depressed or stressed with no direction of where to go. Now, why am I saying all this? Because entrepreneurship takes a natural instinct in you. And to develop that natural instinct, you're supposed to be in the nature you're designed for. If not, you end up feeling alone, even if you are in the midst of 4 million people, as many Jeddawi teenagers will tell you. My problems are mine and mine alone, my son says sometimes. And here is the good thing. There is a solution, okay? They found in this, my friend Dr. Janet discovered after 25 years of research that if you have a very healthy prefrontal cortex, and that's the front side of your head, you will have the soft skills that necessitate you to take your own initiative and dreams and make them come true. These soft skills are naturally inherent in all of us. We're all born with them regardless what handicap we may have. And they are, of course, effective communication, emotional balance, which is the most important point of becoming an entrepreneur, impulse control, strategic thinking, empathy, fear moderation, whether or not to take that risk, intuition, and even morality. These are coded into our brains. Only, and if only, we keep it healthy. And it's this simple, and this is what I want to leave you with throughout this presentation, are doing these 7 things. Well, who said entrepreneurs needed MBAs? Apparently they don't, and William is a proof of it. They need to sleep, exercise, diet, sunlight, socially connect. Here's the interesting one, and listen to this one: meditation and altruism. Now, the last 2 I'll come to in a moment, but let me take you to what we do with our kids. That's Jeddawis taking an exam in Sanawiyya Amma, and those are kids in Far East being given time to sleep. Our kids are falling asleep on their desks, just so you know. I'm sure we can fix that. That's very fixable, okay? We're great. We let now everyone exercise. Alhamdulillah, if you guys are out there, you're the Jeddah Early Joggers group, welcome to you. You know, we have great exercise. And I'm not going to put even diet up there. We have more restaurants in Jeddah than we do people. Most of them cater healthy if you want to eat healthy. We have enough sunlight. But apparently, Saudis, as our friend Rayyan proved early on, are in communities everywhere, so we have social connection. We have the best place in the world for meditation, and the month of meditation is coming along. So let's get ready for, and that just explains to you why Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam was one of the greatest entrepreneurs alive. Let's cherish that as well. And our youth, those are Jeddah volunteers, girls and boys. So we have altruism, we have thinking for others. So apparently as Jeddawis, we have very healthy prefrontal cortex. So you would expect that at least half of us would want to become entrepreneurs. But unfortunately, no. Gallup research shows Jeddah scored the highest among all 3 main cities. We score at 4%. Given all the opportunities, all the money, and everything in the world, only 4% Jeddawis are willing to become entrepreneurs. Self-employed. Actually, across Saudi, that's at 1% according to Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, which is GEM. So why? What are we missing? And the answer to that was when I went back to my friend and I said, what is it that William had that we don't? We got prefrontal cortex correct. He said, well, they have something that some refer to as umuntu and some refer to as ubuntu, but it is basically this: I am what I am because of who we all are. You mirror what you see. You mirror what your parents want out of you. You mirror what you have your friends tell you, you mirror what people expect of you. And you don't want to disappoint them. If your parents tell you you should become a doctor, you should. And what are parents telling our kids? But the most important of all was this little bit of research, which showed that even in Botswana, even in Africa, more than half the kids, a median of 3 and above, watch role models on TV and media. So you guys that are doing YouTube, you actually have a huge responsibility because all our kids are looking up to you. Role models, this is what we have on our TVs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're sharing most often than not, among many other things. These are the most popular TV shows. So is this what we want our kids to become? If your answer is yes, there's no wrong answer here. Just like Nail was saying, no right or wrong. It's okay to do whatever you want in life, if that's your dream. But today we need more entrepreneurs. And if you tell your kids, no TV, stick to internet. These gaming community radio shows are the most popular ones. And they speak a language that I wouldn't allow in the doors of my home, let alone let my kids listen to. And that's unfortunate. And if I tell my kids, go and hang out with your friends, that's probably what they will be doing. So our misfortune is, what do our kids mirror? And apparently, by the way, these are stats, 25% of teenagers that interact on the internet with this type of media have face-to-face fights with their parents. This is a global study proven by Pew, which is parents, and it's a monitor for parents for their kids over internet. These are remarks that our kids get. This is what they said. How many of you have had Facebook friends you wish you never had? Well, the kids are the same. And this is what happens. One child comes to you and says, Mom, I want to do something, I want to do something, I want to do something. Can we go someplace? Can we go someplace? You think he's autistic. And another one comes to you and says, Mom, I wanted the first Saudi on Jupiter. And you're thinking to yourself, so I have a balance between autistic and psychopath. And that's the conundrum. Actually, in Stanford School of Design, they don't hire you unless you're one or the other. Autistic is Bill Gates, and psychopath is Steve Jobs. Just so you understand what you're trying to raise. You have to be very, very, very patient, and you have to have place for them to get their energy out. All the things that other people have for their kids. Places where they tinker. Tinkering, ladies and gentlemen, a carpenter shop. I looked for my sons to put them in a carpenter shop, couldn't find one. We have so many auto-fixing shops for cars. Not a single carpentry shop that was willing to take a Saudi young kid for a summer job. We don't have place for them to go and role model working people. وين عم علي وعم حسن اللي كان يوزع بليلة وواحد حلاق اللي كنا نحط عنده عيالنا وهم صغار. We don't have these people anymore. I'm not going to have my son trained by a Bengali, so Saudis, go out there, build your businesses so you can raise our next generations. On the points of cupcakes, alhamdulillah, girls can find a lot of places. Thank you, ladies, for being entrepreneurs. But here's the thing, where does the guilt lie? I couldn't find a great role model, so I did what I did. This is what this cartoon says. You, all of us, the primary parent, Baba to the daughter, Mama to the son, actually are the first people that should be telling their baby from that early age, you can become whoever you want to be so long as you follow God's path. And never stop. Don't let anyone tell you no. And then when they reach 14, we start telling them, أبغاك يكون إيش؟ وزيرة. أبغاك يكون. نحدد لهم الطريق. We fix their road for them. And this is what the problem is. Let them become what they want to become. So responsibility number 1, parents. Number 2 is the community. We need to encourage entrepreneurs, and we need to share with them who are the entrepreneurs in our families. We need to take our kids to our workplaces. We need to show them what it means to work right, ethically, how to dispense money ethically, how to receive money ethically, how to give out, even charity ethically. So unless we, society, show and highlight, they will not know. Responsible number 3 is education, and I'll be shortly stopping, guys. At this age, we need to show them that there is an alternative path. And I didn't say the government, because their only, one and only job is to remove hurdles. That's it. They've done everything else. Allah yarda alayhum. They need to allow us to do what we need to do best. And the private sector, for all those out there, you need to cherish and buy from entrepreneurs. You need to allow your employees to become entrepreneurs. Jeddah has great corporations. Please fund your own staff to start their own businesses. That's corporate entrepreneurship responsibility for those switching from CSR. And that's your action plan. I'll leave you with that one action item: adopt an entrepreneur. If you know one, cherish him, follow him, and highlight him to your families and friends. Flat 6 Labs, Jeddah is your address if you want to go and try and become an entrepreneur. Thank you very much. You're a great crowd.